The Sabotage show is not intended for all audiences. Discretion is advised. Alright guys, you're listening to the Sabotage Show Midnight Special with my co-host, that long-haired creepy guy. Creepy, say hello.
Yo, how's it going, guys? We're here tonight with a very special guest. Actually is someone very close and very personal to me, my boyfriend Kurt, who does the voice of Chibi Thulu on Looking Back in Annoyance. Kurt, say hi.
Hello.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Great.
Excellent. Nice. So this is the first official episode of the Midnight Special. We have done this in the past, but this is the launch for the YouTube channel. Not too many people know about, but by the time this gets posted, it will be the official launch date of the channel. So this is going to be my very first video on the site, and it is an honor to have both of you tonight with me. That is that long-haired creepy guy and your boyfriend Kurt. We'll just call him Kurt for now. And so it's pretty exciting.
Oh, thank you.
It's an honor to be here.
Thanks for coming.
Aww, I think he's blushing, John.
Well, I am too.
So, since just to get the ball rolling,
Mhm.
Kurt, I know the story. I'm not sure how much John knows, but why don't you give John and the viewers a little synopsis of how we met and how you came to be give Chibi Thulu a voice.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know about manic expression at first, so I spent most of my time on YouTube. This was just when I was finally getting Wi-Fi at like very late in the game. But it was about sometime mid to late 2012-ish that somebody I followed called the Gay Comic Geek posted a video about a scam he had been subjected to, where he had, he's, like it says, he's a geek, so he collects action figures, and one of the action figures he was promised did not arrive in the condition it was in, it was meant to be in.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was out, I think it was like out a bunch of money or something. But regardless, he was helped by a guy he called that long-haired creepy guy. And I'm just like, the second I heard it, I was just like, coolest username ever.
I like that.
And so I looked for him, and I found him and his show, Looking Back in Annoyance and Midnight Wank Theater.
Mm-hmm.
I devoured it. I was just like, even if I had never heard of the stuff he was watching, which was arguably the point, I would watch it, and I would get insights. Because from that time, I had been a fan of things like the Channel Awesome stuff, Nostalgia Critic, etc. But I always disliked how they let their performances get away with them and forget to do any actual opinions or insights on the stuff that they were riffing on. So to hear Creepy give his opinion on something and give it honestly without a whole bunch of BS in the way, I'm not sure how much language we're allowed to use here, so I'm trying to moderate myself.
Well, this is the Midnight Special for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, but yeah. Creepy had a tendency to cut through the bullshit, which I really, really admired. I eventually, I left comments on his reviews, especially when there were things that I thought were particularly sharp or insightful. And we got to talking over YouTube, and I started learning more and more about him and liking him better and better. And one day I just accidentally let slip that I was falling in love with him, and he reciprocated, and we've been internet boyfriends since.
This whole time you've been cheating on me, man? Come on. And you had to do it on air. Actually, I have to say something too with regard to what Kurt was saying, is because when I joined the site, for me it was I had followed Decker actually to the site, but then when I started to watch the other videos, I noticed that Creepy was on one of his episodes, and right there I was like, I gotta watch this guy's backlogs. I want to see what he's done, and I was hooked. I started watching his first episodes that he posted on Manic Expression. You could see his character develop, and even just the shows he's done about himself. You watch him develop, and his comfort on camera, and that was one of the reasons I could just tell right away that he was a decent human being, and he wasn't just there to just get the attention.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And the best thing is the storytellers is like I know we're talking over you like you're not here, Creepy, and I'm sorry, but his sincerity is really what got to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like how honest he was about everything.
Yeah.
And with a lot of these confessional videos, you don't see a lot of, I'm not sure what the word I'm looking for is, but it's kind of like
the true
he really
side.
bared himself to the camera.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure what to say to all of this. I was not expecting this.
You
Stop
did this
it.
yourself. Yeah.
But just burn a test of you.
But it is true that it's almost like, I know I've said this before. It's like a diary in a sense that you a lot of people will write down things, or they'll take pictures, and they'll look back on these things. And for him, the way I see you, Creepy, in the way you approach some of the shows that you've done, is it's just you being you, and you're putting yourself out there. And that's the thing, is when I posted on your one of your videos one time that you had said, I can't remember what it was you were talking about in this one, because I've watched them all, but I had posted on there saying you're not creepy, you just say things that other people think and are too afraid to say. And that says a lot about you as a person, too, because you're just putting yourself out there, and you say, you know what, fuck you, I don't care what you think. And more people than not have actually really enjoyed that aspect of you. Because the internet, you get a lot of bullshit, really, and with you, you don't. And that's one of the reasons I've found that, developing a friendship with you like this, it's been really easy because you're so easy to talk to. And I could see why Kurt would see that in you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Really have no idea how to follow up on that. This was so much easier when people showed up to throw stones.
I have stones around here somewhere. I just don't know where I hid them.
Did you check the front? Did you check your driveway?
Yeah. But I have to go downstairs. I don't really want to do that tonight. So
All those stairs.
yeah.
I have fleshies.
And I have beer upstairs, and I don't really want to have to, But so, Kurt, I want to ask you now.
Yeah.
Being that we're seeing you a little, or I should say, hearing your voice a little bit more on Creepy's videos, are you going to be doing anything of your own on Manic Expression, or have we seen something?
Well, I do run the occasional, really infrequently updated blog. My blog is called Triple Nerd Score, where I just talk about whatever geeky thing catches my interest or that I feel like talking about. I've covered things like Final Fantasy VII, Beauty and the Beast, just little brief essay thingies.
Yeah.
Because I think it's because I never went to college. but no, I have really, really strongly held, really deep opinions about things that people just consider geeky or just fun and stupid stuff. And Triple Nerd Score is where I share them. Like the last thing I worked on before I stopped was it was for a men reading women in comics month, and I wrote down because I've been an X-Men fan for half my life, so I wrote down the top 15 female X-Men that I really liked, or rather some of them. I didn't get all the way through the list because the month ended and I was busy, but I still plan to go back to that. And eventually, I'm going to learn editing techniques and start doing videos myself, or at least a podcast.
Yeah. I mean, why not, right? It's definitely a start. For me, it was the same thing. I actually started making videos when I came to the site. I had no idea what I wanted to do. And my acting skills they're not really the best. So I went behind the microphone instead, and I started doing this, and I found that it's a really good and an easy way to just really speak your mind, because you're not too afraid of what the lighting's like or what people think of what the environment you're in your videos. It's a comfort zone for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the terrific thing about Creepy is he's taught me that you don't have to act. He's wearing a costume as Creepy, but the person underneath, the opinions he gives, they're still his.
Hmm.
He's not. He doesn't pretend to do anything except, when he's talking to Chibi Sulu, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Well, the funny thing about he says I'm wearing a costume. Those are my actual clothes. It's like I used to wear the fingerless gloves when I would go out. I stopped wearing them because it got to where when I would go out, I would stop somewhere and eat, and it's kind of hard to eat when you're wearing those, or it's it's either they get messy or it's unsanitary or a combination of the two. But I bought the hat way before I started doing internet reviews. Same thing with the gloves, the shirts. I've gotten to where I will pick up like a shirt if it catches my eye. It'll be like this is one that I should wear when I'm on camera, but at the same time, it's still a shirt that, I like, that I personally, would want to wear regardless.
Yeah. I guess I used the word wrong. I said costume. I meant your clothes create the Creepy persona.
Yeah.
I think he's just trying to make it up to me now.
But like you said, they're your clothes, and the Creepy is basically you. And so I don't have to assume another persona like Doug did the critic or Lindsay Ellis does the nostalgia chick.
I have actually worn my regular clothes to a convention once, and people thought I was there as the Undertaker. Two guys thought I was the Undertaker, and another guy later thought I had dressed up as Dog the Bounty Hunter.
Who from what now?
Dog the Bounty Hunter, a reality TV show about a bounty hunter with the nickname Dog.
You're not missing much. Don't worry.
More you know, though.
Yeah. Yeah, true enough.
Star-studded.
So what do you, I wanted to ask you guys, well, I guess mainly Creepy on this question. What do you think of this launch coming up for the YouTube channel? What do you think it's going to do to the site?
I think it's going to be great. I think it's actually going to do a lot of good for the site. Both, Manic Expression the site has its reputation as being a troll-free zone. So this is a good thing, but it also it limits us to a degree. So, if you can go to a YouTube page and say whatever you feel like there, it's it's like you have this space where you can say and do whatever you want, but if you want to come to the actual site, you have to be on your best behavior.
Yeah.
I think this kind of works both ways. Plus, of course, as always, it's it's good publicity. But I do think it works in a way.
Yeah, I think so too.
I've never heard trolling be called a good thing.
Well, trolling is kind of like a double-edged sword. It's a bad thing in and of itself, but things that get trolled, ironically, have a tendency to become popular.
Yeah.
It's a juxtaposition. It's like you don't want to have to put up with trolls, but at the same time, they are probably the most reliable advertising campaign that you can find.
I like
true.
that.
Yeah. It's sad.
I mean, think of one game that, like, the 1 Million Moms organization or another one of these watchdog medias did not protest and try and get banned that didn't become a hit.
Yeah. That's true.
I thought it was the other way around. Like, a game would get popular and then 1 Million Moms would start the march.
Actually, it was that way in the beginning, but they've gotten much more proactive. And since then, the gaming industry has experienced a boom because it's become pretty much a given. Any game that one of these watchdog groups protests before the release is guaranteed to sell well.
Yeah.
This is something for me to research.
So like I said, trolling is the most reliable form of mass marketing you can find.
It really is. I got a feeling if the channel grows in popularity and we get more subscribers with the official launch, we're gonna have our share of different people and opinions, but I don't know. I got a feeling like it's gonna be a lot of positive as well, and because we're a very mixed bunch of people on there, if you look at the core group that was added initially, we're all very different people.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you take your shows, for example. You take my shows. You got James, right? These are all different personalities with different opinions, and I think that I think that people are all going to find what they like, and I don't think we're going to get a lot of trolls. Of course, we will a few, but
Yeah.
fuck them.
Well, that's the terrific thing about Manic is that what really sold me on sticking with the site was that everyone's a little bit different, and it's just there's so much diversity, but at the same time, everybody's got this kind of it's a lot more low key than something like Channel Awesome. Like you don't get everyone screaming all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Even Tim Deanna, who's the closest thing to a Channel Awesome style reviewer, when he reviews his movies, he states his opinion, and he does so in kind of this rational, reasonable manner that I guess if you were used to that guy with the glasses, you'd probably consider it boring.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like with Creepy, I like the insights.
Mm-hmm. I find when I'm watching
the
a
plot
video.
hole.
Yeah.
I still love that line when he reviewed the third Transformers film. That is the plot hole.
Well, the thing I find most fascinating about videos that I actually do watch, it's not so much the review that's being done. I could really care less sometimes about what the movie is or the cartoon or whatever, the video game. It's more the person doing the review. I find that I'm listening to them more than I am what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like listening to Creepy, you've got the you put emotion into it. Some people will do a review and it's just like monotone and boring, but it's really the person doing the review. You know what I mean, though?
I think so.
I'm gonna be
I'm
banned.
laughing. I'm sorry. I'm laughing about this because the very first review I ever made, I sent the link to a couple of people I know in real life, and their criticism of it was that I inflected zero emotion into my voice. So hearing that is pretty funny, actually.
Yeah, I was
I
kind of
mean-
the same.
It goes back to what I was saying earlier about the difference between genuinely talking about a work and just ranting about it.
Hmm. That's true. Yeah.
I could have ranted about Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park.
And there have been rants, and there are going to be more rants. I'm not trying to give anything away, but a couple of scripts that he and I are working on, they're about bad things. Things that deserve to be shouted at, and they will.
I'm glad. Good.
I saw hate crime played for comedy 3 times in one season. It's like, the fuck's wrong with these people?
You know, I was watching one of your looking back into annoyances, and you did Scrappy Doo.
Yeah.
And I have to say, I never put that much thought into Scrappy ever until I watched your thing. And then I'm looking back, I'm like, wow, they really did try to incorporate these characters because the show might have been low on ratings or whatnot. But how do you get so much information about a side character? I want to know where your research comes from.
Well, it's honestly just various sites. I try to go to more than one source, but I also try, to kind of sift through and try and work out what sounds like genuine fact versus what's bullshit. But no, I mean, Scrappy Doo has been Scrappy Doo was something I knew I was going to have to discuss, and it wasn't something I wasn't dreading the review itself because it was actually a topic I really wanted to tackle. My reluctance had to do with what's the fallout going to be like, because I know this is a character you can't talk about without getting some extreme responses either way.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, yes, this character is incredibly flawed, but saying that he ruined Scooby-Doo is really not true at all.
No.
Because as I said, the show was actually not doing very well when they made the decision to add the character in. And the new character renewed interest in the series. It's more that they made a lot of they made a lot of bad choices that were really bad in the long run. And this isn't the character's fault. You know,
No.
the character may not have been written that well, but in later shows, he got tolerable. You know, in the latest Scooby-Doo retrospective that I covered, which is may or may not actually be two different shows. It's like one show with 2 seasons, and each season runs under a different name. the new Scooby and Scrappy-Doo show, and the new Scooby-Doo Mysteries. Figure it out for yourself. I don't know either. But Scrappy is actually kind of tolerable in this one.
Oh yeah, maybe they toned down his character a little bit.
Yeah. They toned him down a bit, and they made They brought Daphne back. They brought back one of the, classic characters, which was a major gripe that people have, is that, after Scrappy was added, half the cast vanished, and Scrappy, you had all of these relatives that were of Scooby's that were showing up, and Scrappy was getting more and more prominent, and they wanted the characters like Velma and Daphne and Fred to come back, and so, which is understandable. It's actually one complaint that I am in full agreement of, because I did want to see the original cast, which is one reason why I made such a big deal about the episode Happy Birthday Scooby-Doo in that particular season. Is because it's the episode that brought back the old Fred and Velma for to solve a mystery together, which I thought that was a wonderful thing for me. But at the same time, Scrappy was downplayed some, and Daphne actually got some much needed character development. So it was interesting to see this character who had basically been put in as the fan service girl and the one who could get kidnapped every episode, into being a character who was able to hold her own and sort of be the team mom at the same time.
Yeah. No, I got a
So
question.
I did like that.
Because the other night when we were talking, I had mentioned that I was a fan of He-Man. And we're gonna go to hold on, wait. We're gonna go to a break here in a second. I'll ask the question first, and then I'm gonna go to a break. Okay? So let me just ask this question. I told you I was a fan of He-Man when I was a kid. I had all the toys, and I was also a fan of Care Bears. I didn't have any of the toys, but I still loved the show. But I wanna ask this before we go to break. Why am I gay? Because I like the Care Bears and He-Man. We'll be right back. And we're back, guys, on the Midnight Special, the Sabotage Show, and you guys were about to answer my question.
Yeah, we talked about this while you were gone. We think we figured out why you turned gay.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you're not gonna like this.
I turned gay? What?
We have a question for you. We think you might have absorbed all of the homoerotic vibes off of He-Man and Care Bears, and it just sort of it gestated inside of you for a period of time of a few decades.
Like giving birth, but to gayness.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is over
and
the
you have
last...
the gestation period of an entire tribe of elephants.
Whoa. Over the last 30 years or so, it has pretty much lied dormant inside of me, and it's decided to come out now?
Yeah.
I don't get
So
it.
which one of us do you want to... So which one of us should go first?
What? You go first.
Actually, I was going to suggest Kurt go first. You might find taking me unpleasant.
Wait, I'm confused.
Well,
I thought
that's natural.
I was pretty confident in my heterosexuality before I started the show, but now I'm confused.
We have that effect on people. At least I do.
There's definitely more.
I was already there.
Oh no!
Ironically, I seem to be trying to. Kurt has said multiple times since we started dating, "Stop trying to turn me bi."
Oh, so Kurt,
It's
you're
so
not.
weird.
You're
No,
just
I am all the way gay.
all the way gay.
Um,
You gays and your rhyming. You know what? We don't have that. Everything we say sounds stupid. I like vagina. It doesn't rhyme.
Vagina is not a word that is easily rhymed. It's not as bad as orange, but yeah.
It's close enough.
Oh,
Sorry, I interrupted you.
I guess you could rhyme pussy, but I don't even know what that would rhyme with.
It just rhymes with wussy, and then
Wussy,
Yeah.
wussy, mussy,
Cushy?
fussy, cushy. Yeah. Cushy is close. Yeah.
I like that. You know, I should do a midnight special where I talk about women for once. We'll see.
Kurt, I do know for a fact that Kurt has one. There is one female. She is fictional, but there is one female that Kurt would go straight for, or at least vie for.
Who's this?
Do you want to tell him, or should I?
Is it Storm from X-Men?
Yes.
What? Seriously?
Yes.
Wow.
See, I've never even talked to you before tonight, so.
Oh.
But anybody who's talked to me for any length of time knows how much I love the character of Storm. And
That was just a guess.
yeah, I would.
He would
I
totally
admit-
tap that. He would totally tap that.
Now, what is it about Storm that gets you?
Oh, brother.
Oh, God, there's so much.
Unleash the beast, John.
Let me explain you a thing. I get my PowerPoints ready and stuff. No, actually, if I'm going to give you the short answer, it's more along the lines of just there's so much about her character that I admire and I strive to emulate. Like, she's got strength and compassion in the face of overwhelming adversity. I mean, not just the mutant thing, but she's the only she's the only female person of color in comics to really make it into the big leagues, so to speak, as far as recognizability is concerned.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's not why I like her as much as I do, but it's a factor.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she's got so much to admire. Like, I'm repeating myself now, so never mind. But no, I really like everything about her, really. Her dignity, her poise, her power, her grace. It's kind of like she's my, well, I don't want to say spirit animal, but because she's not, but it's that kind of mentality. I strive to pattern myself after her in terms of how I live my life and relate to other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And whether he likes it or not, he really would tap that.
That's amazing.
Great.
What about you, Jonathan? Because I know Creepy. I know you're bisexual. So, but you haven't really talked about women.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't. Honestly, this might sound a little odd, but one character I really felt both. I mean, like, okay, she's very attractive. I'm not, debating that. But more than that, a character I really felt, empathy with, and and an emotional connection with was Rogue from the X-Men. Since we're on the topic of X-Men, is because I really. I mean, like, I really connected with how isolated she felt from the world, and that's what she had to deal with, the way she had to struggle with that every day.
Yeah.
I don't think I really need to explain why, but nevertheless.
Yeah.
And I will admit there was a part of me that, when it was finally revealed that she was originally from Mississippi, that, there was a part of me was like, yeah, okay, that is cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there was actually someone I had a huge crush on when I was in high school, a celebrity, female celebrity. You may or may not know who this is. Do you remember a film? It was a semi-independent film that came out in the late 90s called Kingpin, and it was about bowling.
Yeah, that had Bill Murray and was it Bill Murray?
I'm not sure. It has been a very long time.
I do know the name though. Yeah.
Yeah, but one of the characters, an actress named Vanessa Angel played a supporting character in that film. Before she played the character in Kingpin, however, she played Lisa in the TV adaptation of John Hughes' Weird Science film.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, and I will admit I had it bad for this girl. Okay, I watched that show as often as I was able to, and I spent a good portion of it drooling.
And now suffer from carpal tunnel syndrome.
So that's like the straight Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? Weird Science.
Kind of.
You know what though? That is a classic John Hughes film, and that was right around the era of The Breakfast Club, Pretty in
Yeah.
Pink, and
Yeah,
16 Candles. Yeah. Oh
That
wow,
was-
I
that
am
was
gay.
during
I am
John
totally
Hughes'
gay, aren't I?
heyday.
Here I am.
Yeah.
I know every John Hughes
Lyrics
movie.
from 1985.
Yeah. John is turning gay over John Hughes movies.
It was a
I don't
matter of
know.
time.
But no, I'd like to actually see some of these. I have not, even though I'm a big fan of 80s films.
How old are you, Kurt? May I ask? You don't have to say it on there.
I just turned 31 last month.
Oh, okay. So you're right around the same age group here, where you would know a lot of the '80s movies, but you seem to you don't know a lot of John Hughes movies.
No, I was actually more into things like I'm a huge Disney nerd,
Mhm.
but I also like the 80s high fantasy films, like Legend or Lady Hawk or The Labyrinth or
I was just gonna
Lots of
say The
elements.
Labyrinth, and the what's the other one?
How
Yeah.
turned my world, you precious thing.
also Neverending Story.
I was just
Um,
gonna say Neverending Story too. That's creepy. No pun intended, of course.
those kinds of films that nobody ever really watches anymore or even makes.
Hmm.
I think that's why Mirror Mask was such a sleeper hit. You know, it didn't get a lot of cred, but whenever I hear anyone talk about Mirror Mask, 9 times out of 10, it's to gush over Mirror Mask, and I think that's because it reminded a lot of people who were familiar with that era of film.
Hmm.
You know, with films like Lady Hawk and Labyrinth and Legends and Beastmaster and so forth. You know, that had the entire film had a slightly surreal quality to it, or had moments like that. You know, it harkened back to that.
Hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
And that's my 2 cents on it, mind you.
Hmm.
That makes sense. I actually have not seen this movie, but now it looks like I'm going to have to.
He'll watch it, and then he will try and track down Neil Gaiman so he can make love to the man for making this film.
Can I
Well, it's
set
either
something
that
up
or
here?
Stardust. I want to see Stardust too.
I like Stardust. That's actually a really good movie. Oh.
I already want to suck this guy off just for watching the doctor's wife.
John is suddenly wishing he was somewhere else.
Oh man, I was gonna try
I'm
to set
also
you guys up
gigantic
here.
Goofy.
Okay, so I want you guys each to pick a movie right now. Okay, one that the other one has not seen. All right, Creepy, go first. Pick a movie that you know that Kirk
A
has.
movie that I know that, or that I think Kurt hasn't seen. Robin Hood Men in Tights.
You have not seen that, Kurt?
Yes, I have.
Oh darn.
Try again.
Okay. Well, I know he's okay. This is the problem. Kurt and I like a lot of things, so a lot of the films I have seen, chances are he's probably seen as well. But let me. Okay, does it have to be a movie that I liked?
No, it just has to be something that you can.
Just.
I'll get
just
to the
something-
point. I'll get to the point. You have to pick something that you are willing to watch. You don't have to love it, but you have to enjoy it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Here's a simple one. Supergirl.
Okay. I
I've
remember
seen
that.
that one too.
Damn it, Kurt! Stop
All right,
that.
you know what? I'm gonna pick the movie. Okay.
Okay. that's
Kurt,
fine.
Kurt,
That-
have you
that
seen
works.
16 Candles?
No.
Okay, that's your movie. I know, Jonathan, you've seen it, right?
No, I have not seen 16 Candles.
Well, then here we go. All right, here's the deal. Both of you, one night, because we're on Skype here. I'll even sit in on this one if you want. But what we're gonna do here, I'm just gonna set the mood here. Hold on. All right. What you're gonna do here is you're gonna turn on your webcams or your cameras or whatever you have for your Skype account. You're gonna put the movie on in the background. One of you. And the other one's gonna sit there at their computer, and they're gonna sit there with the other one, and they're gonna watch this movie. And it's gonna be like you're going to a movie together. All right, and you're experiencing something new. All right, and it's gonna be like kind of like a date, because I know you guys are not, you don't live together obviously, but it would be kind of like romantic, and it'd be like a first for you. You guys probably haven't done this yet. What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
All right,
I think we do share a lot of we share a lot of TV shows like over messaging, but I don't think we've ever actually watched each other's reactions on video.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So I think you should put on a movie, whether it be on one of your TVs or the other, and you guys kind of watch it together, you know. And you're sharing an experience, whether or not you know one of you've seen it or the other one hasn't, but you're sharing an experience, and to actually watch something that's a classic in a sense, and that you both haven't seen, it'd be kind of nice to be able to just share it together and see what you think. It'd be kind of like you know you're sharing an experience together, really.
Sounds good.
I like it. Thank you. That's great.
Yes, the dating game.
Starring hosted by the moderately annoyed Canadian.
But that would be pretty cool. I mean, I wish I could have done something like that too. You know, at one time in my life, like that would be really interesting. I think it would almost help you strengthen a relationship in any way. Just kind of because you can't always be close to that person, you know, and physically. I mean, but it might make you feel like you are.
Yeah, because I remember, like, we do share these things over message over the Skype text window,
Mm-hmm.
and I showed him Hairspray that way, the recent one,
Mm-hmm.
and I just loved reading his reactions to it. Seeing them would be just as cool, though.
John Travolta in a fat suit, playing a woman. And doing it in amazingly well, too, is the thing. I mean, like, I had to remind myself repeatedly, that is John Travolta in a fat suit.
And a dress.
And a dress.
I think I just realized I'm straight. I get it now. I've never watched a musical.
Aw.
Except for
Still, the He-Man's a ding against you.
Oh. All right, you got me there.
He-Man, the musical. Like, this franchise needs to be more gay.
I was a kid.
Hooray for the kind of man that you can find in the gay way.
I think you just discovered why I did the voice of Chippy Thulu.
Yes, yes, he did.
I'll be able to put I guess I could put a real voice with that character now too. For the longest time, I was just like, I wonder what this person's like. I actually thought it was creepy at first.
No,
I really
that's the
did.
reason why. That's the reason why Chibi Thulu didn't talk for so long. I wanted from the start for Chibi Thulu to talk, but I could not get the voice right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, nothing I did sounded good to me or had the right inflection that I wanted. And Kurt happened to do his. It started with Kurt doing his impersonation of Waspinator, and I was just like, that is it. That's the voice. I have got to find a way to talk him into doing this.
Nice.
See, the thing is, I love Beast Wars, which is kind of a ding against my homosexuality, but I adore the show, and when Creepy asked me to do my Waspinator voice for Chibi Thulu, at first I was petrified. I was just like, I'm not a voice actor. I mean, I can read stuff aloud okay, but I don't know if I can keep it up. And then we did the first review, the Wildcast review, and it just felt so natural because we rehearse it.
Mm-hmm.
We go on VidChat and we Skype it out.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
he'll say his lines in a normal voice, and then I'll do the little stuff for my lines. And the biplay just felt so natural that it got easier as time went on.
Nice. So I got a sneaking suspicion by the end of this interview, I will be gay, Kurt will be straight, and Jonathan will be happy with everything.
Considering I'm his boyfriend, I don't think he wants to be straight.
I can just, you could always be one of those straight guys who falls in love with another guy.
Oh, God. The last thing I need is to try and get right with Jesus. I'm a pagan.
Somebody's leaving here confused.
I'm a witch, I swear!
Wow.
Okay, I just pictured the kind of reaction you would have saying that in the South.
Bring it on. I've got pepper spray.
What's pepper?
Oh wow! I don't know how to end this show, so what I'll do is I'll ask Creepy. Yeah, I'll ask you to plug your next show that you're going to be doing.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds dirtier and dirtier every time I say
Yeah.
plug.
Yeah, and now you're saying it to a bi guy and a gay guy. Next show coming up is Looking Back in Annoyance. We're finally doing the Phoenix Saga. For someone has been very anxious to do this.
Cool.
That was not acting. I have actually been excited for this since he started the reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And then what about a Midnight Wank special? I want to know, are you going to be doing one of those soon?
Actually, yes. I already have. I haven't rendered the video yet. It hasn't been processed, but I have edited the video together. I'm waiting on the title card, but once I have that, I will render it, upload it, and post it.
Nice. And then
I will
one
go
more.
ahead. I'll go ahead and give you a spoiler if you'd like.
Sure.
The title:
Mm-hmm.
Bikini Girls from the Lost Planet.
If nothing else, you'll get boobs back.
Yeah.
I know the last one of these Ben have been strictly dickly.
Yeah.
I
just think about this for a second. There is a film out there called Bikini Girls from the Lost Planet.
you know what? I've heard a little bit about this lately, just because talking to you, and I'm anxious to see this one.
Mm-hmm.
It might just be a wanking night for myself. We'll see. But and then also Shades of Creepy.
Yes, I need to get started on that one.
Have you started the third one yet?
Not yet. I've been having some difficulties with my new camera.
Mm.
I got a new camera via mail. Someone donated one for me, but it did not come with a memory card.
Mm.
And I went to Radio Shack. There was a long journey today involving much travel and high temperatures, hot summer weather, humidity.
Yeah.
The
Walking.
overworld theme.
Say what?
This is all the overworld theme.
Yeah. Uh-huh. And eventually I got a memory stick from Rat Shack, from Radio Shack.
Mm-hmm.
The salesman sold me the wrong kind of memory stick, though.
Oh, is it an HD camera?
Yes, but it's the memory stick they sold me does not fit into the slot.
Oh, okay.
Kurt's had this problem before, I think.
Yes, I have.
Wait, is this dirty talk again? I'm confused again.
There's a lot of that happening on the show tonight.
It's for the best.
Sorry.
Now, Kurt, what about you? Are you going to be doing anything besides the voiceover work?
Well, I do a lot. I'm spending a lot of time working on writing. In addition to the boyfriend, Creepy is also my writing coach.
Mm-hmm.
But I am planning on taking a break from that to finish up a couple of the blogs that I've been working on. So Triple Nerd Score is going to keep going for a little while before I learn how to video edit.
Okay, that sounds good. And if you ever want to get on the show again and talk and do an interview, just let me know.
It'd be my pleasure. Thank you.
Yay.
Creepy, you can come too.
Aww.
Not in that way. I meant COME, of course.
I would just like to point out that John brought that one down on himself. And now it's all on him.
Now there's come all. What is going on in this? we gotta end this show. And let me just give you a quick reminder that you can follow the Sabotage Show on Facebook if you're not creeped out by this point, and also. Or wait, you can like the Sabotage Show on Facebook, and you can follow the Sabotage Show on Twitter. That's right. Yeah, I got it right. Creepy, did I get that right?
I think you got it right.
People following me. We should have cut out on that, but I'm still recording. All right, guys, thanks for listening, and stay tuned for the next Midnight Special with Creepy and maybe Kurt again. Thanks for listening, guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.